playing a video from Master Wong, who's got 2.69 million subscribers. I remember seeing this video. This is one of his most popular ones where he's teaching you how to destroy the boxer. I remember seeing this a couple years ago. I liked the idea, but there was a lot of doubt, and I'm sure a lot of people thought the same way, even those that are like myself, that Wing Chun practitioners. He's got an interesting take on how to fight a boxer. Let's dive into that. I know he also did a more recent video a few years after this one was posted, and there's some important lessons there that I think he realized in the moment and hid it and didn't want to talk about it. So let's dive into this video first.
So Master Wong, now we're outside, you know, what about if you come across in the street somebody knows like a lot of boxing movement, and like how do you reckon Wing Chun can deal with that?
This is the thing. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, like, you know, actually, I'm here for some gloves on, aren't I?
Yeah, you need some gloves.
So this is obviously staged. I think he was trying to emphasize that the boxer relies on having boxing gloves. It needs gloves, whereas, you know, a martial art like Kung Fu or karate doesn't require gloves. I think this is kind of like a little bit of a hint that that's a weakness of boxing.
But if you don't want your hand to be broken, and then even you can't grab no more titty, then you definitely need a pair of gloves on to test that, see what you mean.
Yeah, so
what do you mean?
Basically, you know, if somebody gives you some basic boxing movement or something like.
Okay, so he's using the elbows to hit the fist of a boxer. I will give some credit there. It looks like the guy who's throwing the attacks actually knows how to throw a punch. But let's see what else Master Wong says.
And this is exactly what happened. Soon you're attacking me with a boxing company and I don't even know. So Chun is designed, boom here, boom here, boom here, and now I switch.
Yeah, I think right away, a couple things. Yes, you want your, you know, the boxer sure is using a glove. What if it was a bare fist? You're bone on bone. I think there's a risk there. You know, your elbow hitting a fist. It's going to hurt the fist more, but it's also going to hurt your elbow. That's number one. And the other thing that I think about is the accuracy that is involved to pull your elbow in front of a moving fist, jab, cross, uppercut, who knows what. You don't even know what angle it is. So I don't think this is reflective of reality. I don't think someone could really use this in real time or even in a somewhat pressure tested scenario like a sparring scenario.
Wait, attack me straight away. If your hand's still there, that's what hit.
Well, yeah, of course. If you move the hand there, yeah, hit it as hard as you want to show emphasis, but it doesn't matter. You see this a lot in these types of demos. If your hand's here, then I just do this. And now if the guy's leg's here, I just do this.
I can attack you straight away and bust you up. That's a magic, that's your hand. Yeah. So a lot of time in this kind of thing in the street, this is where we are now, in the street.
Thanks for that.
I got no attention to find out what you know. Should you throw the punch at me, Tam-Q have to learn first, learn.
Okay, yeah, if you don't know you're right, you don't know what the attacker is, you just want to go in and fight your fight the way that you want it to. But you could tell, he's like, I don't know what you are, and then he does his elbows that are perfectly placed where the exact 1-2 hits are going to come from. I don't think it's staged necessarily, but he is expecting, he knows what the attacks are coming, what attacks are coming. He's expecting them, and the guy delivers it on point. It's obviously staged to a high degree.
See that? First. And that direct here.
Right, and then the guy, even if you wipe, you know, you do the 2 elbows, you knock his hand away, he's not going to stand like this, right? So, you know, a boxer is going to move in and out. They're going to change the distance. Show some of that, please. This is not realistic.
To you, boom down here, and then boom down here, and that will be reactive one. This is the problem. Yeah. The problem to understand in the street and classroom completely different. No Chun, you can't gamble. You don't know what's going on. So imagine without no glove, what happened to your fist?
I felt that already with these on, so yeah.
So when you come in, my first attention is learn to.
Right, are you gonna now elbow every fist or foot? It just doesn't. I get the idea. I think it's a creative one, and I think it's got its application in a certain circumstance. I don't think this is really going to help stop a boxer or destroy a boxer. I think you're going to eat a lot of punches. The elbows are going to miss. I don't think it's easy to predict where the hands are coming from or going, what target's going to hit. And it's hard to move your elbow in all the different areas of your body like this.
Like that, right to my hip, because you want to punch me in the face.
Not always, right? A boxer's going to aim for the ribs. They're going to aim for the abdomen. And if they're going to see that you're using your elbows, they're going to feint, fake. They're going to do all these different things at you. Not just aim for your head, which, funny enough, is exactly what a lot of Wing Chun people do. They're headhunters, right? And it makes them very predictable.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Punch me one more. That's hurt, yeah? So when you punch me, this is...
Right, you can tell he's anticipating. He knows where the attacks are coming from, where it's going, and he can do the elbows pretty easily. Remember too, when you don't have the gloves on, the fists are a much smaller object, so it's harder for your elbows to catch it, and it might slip above, below, side. You never know, especially in a street fight.
Then close. This is Tam Q. Sooner come in, and I'm here. This is a problem. Got to bust you up, and then you got to turn up to be the instinct.
I do like his energy, and is that he likes to rile himself up, that killer instinct, if you will. I don't even know if I want to give it that name, but that building that up is a good thing, especially if you want to create that adrenaline rush, create that, gotta go finish the fight fast, that feeling. Yeah, he does do a really good job of that. And that's something that I would recommend implementing in your own training too.
It can eat you because you can't play with something like that. It's too dangerous. You understand? Yeah, no. You answer the question.
Okay, let's move on to a different video. Here. Okay, here we go. This time, apparently this guy's a more professional boxer. So this is his other video, how to destroy the boxer follow-up Wing Chun street fight. This one only has 63,000 views. Let's see what he does and what happens here.
I on to the video with them before about how to destroy the boxer. So for instance, if you're attacking me using jab, muscle uppercut, for instance, the line come attack like.
Okay, so we know this.
So if you're coming in,
right, we know this stuff he talked about in the last video.
I will make my hand like this. This is why a lot of time I'm using this to attacking to make sure I'm breaking his fist, breaking the fist.
Right, he's emphasized that. So I'm gonna skip this ahead a little bit more. I think what happens later in the video, he's going to ask this boxer, like, what would you do in this scenario, like to get the Master Wong? So he's going to show him.
So you won't ever use them again.
So how you gonna?
Here we go.
Trying to frame the shots there, just trying to frame.
See, right away you can tell. This is why sparring is a good thing. This is why pressure testing is a good thing. And you don't have to do anything that crazy. You don't have to go for the knockout or for the choke or going in the octagon. It's just a little bit of sparring of that. You don't know what's happening or coming. And you can see in that first strike, he couldn't use the elbow. It slid over his hand and towards his head. The unpredictability factor comes in. And he couldn't apply the elbow. Let's see what else happens.
Okay.
So I'm using my eyes, thinking I'm going to go down there.
See, watch. You see what happened? He anticipated. Master Wong went down to do the elbow. It didn't work. And then guess what? His elbow is nowhere near where the glove is. The fist could actually tag the head, set him up for an uppercut later. You never know what's going to happen. But this just goes to show what a little bit of sparring, a little bit of unpredictability can really teach you in terms of the spar or the fighting scenario. And this is what a lot of instructors, a lot of traditional martial artists don't want to face. And I'm not asking you or saying that MMA or that you have to go into MMA or that you have to go fight in Thai boxing or go into the ring. You don't necessarily have to. You just have to spar a little bit.
You're attacking shot for the top. So moving around, so just to feel me a bit, how you gonna do it? How you attacking me?
See, anticipation, boom, right? His hand covered, it was his hand, not his elbow that protected him. And I say protected very lightly there.
Yes, right, go, come on.
Boom, where was the elbow?
So now,
see, there's so much unpredictability. The fighter's moving in and out of your range, the distance. What happened to the Wing Chun rushing in? Where's all of that stuff? I think Master Wong is realizing this in the moment. My opinion, I think he's realizing this issue, and I think he's I'm going to backtrack a little bit in terms of what he was saying in that other video we saw. See, it's gone. It's not there. You can tell he's anticipating that because it's unpredictable. You can't do the same type of attacks that you thought you could do. That's just the reality of any fight.
I'll have to be fighting
And then attacking.
and then attacking.
Okay, so
If I just go straight in with a shot, I'm
then
going to break my hand.
break your hand. Now, this is I mentioned before. Now, because we're doing a martial art Wing Chun, I have two. So if he's moving around and doing that, coming in like this, I will.
Right. So see, now he's like switching it up. Oh, okay. Well, maybe not the elbow. Realizing I'm going to have to kick him. I'm going to have to use other.
Okay, so when he comes,
Kick the groin.
I will attack his nut. Oh, he coming in. I gotta attack.
Right? Kick the knee. Fine. But these are, again, small targets. They're not easy to apply. The other guy's moving and they're not doing this. They're not showing this part. I don't think they're going to do a free sparring session to show this. So I think he's realizing, okay, the elbow thing didn't work in real time. And he's switching his game plan. He's backtracking a little bit. And I just noticed he got some really funky socks there. Look at those. Yeah, so interesting how he's doing this. Let's see what else happens.
His knee straight away. Because he will move very fast or attack the ribcage, I will be broken. Okay? So the eye.
Yeah, but I thought you're supposed to do the elbow thing, right? He's learning as he's going. But that's good. That just shows this is why the pressure testing, the sparring, and it doesn't have to be uncontrolled sparring, can actually teach you a lot. And then now it's just a matter of applying what you learn in Wing Chun or other styles into that freestyle setting.
Is when he do this movement, I will be attacking him, or he coming in, I will attack him. But because sometimes in very close range like this, when he punch, I will be.
Well, now you got to practice this. If you want to, if you think you can do a knee kick or a kick to the nuts while he's coming in, practice it in that same freestyle drill that you guys were doing like a minute ago. Show us. You'll learn so much.
Cover my face because he will attack me direct on the face. Okay, so when he attack me direct on the face, it become problem. So this is why I will have my hand to defend and deflect. And then if he ribcage me, I will break it in. And then I follow.
Didn't work. And now we're back in the traditional demo scenario where the guy is posing and he's doing that. Of course, they know each other. They're friends. He's doing a video or it's for his channel. I'm sure this guy's getting compensated at some degree for this. So yeah, again, now we're back into the classical Wing Chun demo. Guys, the boxer's not going to stay like this. He's not. You're lucky if you do get your elbow to break his fist. You're very fortunate to be in that situation. Let's see what else happens next.
Movement and then I defend. So the conclusion about this video, it told me how to destroy a boxer. What I'm trying to say is, it's not talking about professional boxer like him. The people in the street, most of them doing box. They're box anyway because they're throwing the shot, so it will punch me direct in the face. So that's what.
Okay, so now he's changing the argument. Now he's saying, hey, it's not necessarily all boxers, and I'm totally okay. You don't want to fight professional boxers. The chance of you running into a professional fighter or a boxer is minimal. I get that. But see, now you're changing the bar, you're changing the expectations. I'm like, if your self-defense system is effective, that shouldn't be your argument. That's just, it's an easy out. And you see this a lot, right? And I just don't see this argument coming from the MMA world, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world. Yeah, they're not going to, I just don't see them using this as an excuse. Well, it's not going to work all the time. You're not going to run into these great fighters all the time, and therefore this particular technique works or doesn't work. I don't know. It brings no comfort is what I'm saying. And I think he's learning as he's going, and that's really the interesting thing that I've noticed in this video.
You're breaking the hand. But because he's boxer, professional, he don't do that. He don't want to do that. He's moving around. Okay?
You don't have to be professional to do this. A couple months in, you practice sparring, you practice the rolling, all those things. It's going to be a natural. I've sparred with other people that are casual martial artists, that are kickboxers, casual like myself, training once a week, twice a week, something like that for several months, years. They're already, even a point spar in karate, a green belt, a brown belt will move in distances, it will move in predictability, right? And they're gonna go throw different attacks at different angles. Their cardiovascular stamina is different. So all of these factors play an interesting role. The argument of, well, they're not gonna be a professional isn't gonna fly. Like I said, it doesn't provide much comfort. I think it's just a scapegoat.
Yeah, he's moving around because he know what he's doing. So I come in here, most of you asking about.
All right. Anyway, that's it. Interesting take. Let me know what you guys think.